What is going on, guys? We are back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at the Redfire Terminator and the new heart of it. So right here we have a 4.6 liter 4-valve 0304 Cobra engine. This is actually the engine that Blake originally put in his convertible. Started up, had some knocking, ticking noise. So we're gonna have to go ahead and tear this apart, figure out what's going on with it, and possibly we'll be doing a full rebuild unless we spot something a little bit on the simpler side. We got the Master Cody here, all the Cobra stuff now. I mean,
yeah, a lot of Cobra stuff recently.
Blake's currently working on fixing the Kenny Bell Vert. You got the Redfire Vert posted up outside, although it looks like it's gonna rain. Yeah, we're gonna rip these heads off real quick and see what it looks like underneath. So rods are out, the crank looks great. Cody, you might spin that over? Main bearings are looking good. We're debating not even pulling them out at this rate.
Not with what you do. I mean, I will say, like, obviously, like, preach, do it right, no doubt. But, like, we've been talking about this. Everybody wants to overbuild everything. Like, literally what we're doing right now, we're just building 500, 600, 650 wheel street Terminators. We're not building
maybe 800s later on. Now I'm setting myself up for that later on aspect, but
yeah, but like in the foreseeable future, like this is street car stuff.
Yeah,
IRS, T86, get in it, put pump gas in it, drive down the road 100 miles. Like we're not building, put 1,000 wheel through it. By the way, so it's just like everybody said, everybody wants to overbuild everything nowadays, and it's just like shit you just don't need to be overbuilt with. So
yeah, and
that's the way these rod bearings look.
As far as we can tell, these are the OEM bearings that were in this. They look really, really good. The rings aren't seized up. The rings look awesome. Yeah. There's a tiny bit of piston skirt wear,
but it's definitely at the top of the dome, so it's not like the piston was actually knocking. So
yeah. Everything here is looking good. Everything is pointing to some sort of timing component or head issue. These are notoriously known for valve guide issues. Lash adjusters can also make the exact same sound. And these are 4-thread heads. More than likely, I'm still gonna use the 4-thread heads. I have never had the spark plug issue because I think that all comes down to
how tight
or not tight
you put a spark plug.
Because if you're too much of a, let's just say, bitch,
yeah,
right, to tighten them, what's going to happen is they're going to loosen up, get to the last 2 threads, and ejecto-cito, because you got a lot of pressure, down there. Yeah. And then if you go too tight, obviously you're going to pull the threads out.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a fine art.
And maintenance too. Don't let it sit in there for 2-3 years on E85 and moisture gets to the threads, and you come back out and try to crank them loose, and obviously the threads are gone. So do routine maintenance, and you won't have the issue.
Yeah. You want to spin this over? Let's take a look at these walls now that we don't have some pistons in the way. And for the record, we still might do main bearings. We're just trying to.
Yeah, we're just talking right now.
We're kind of rolling as it goes because.
But your crosshatch pattern on your factory board, I mean, you don't see any like I don't see any issues. You got a little bit of wear on your thrust side, but
I think we're working with something that's
buildable for sure.
Yep. Yeah, my plan would never be to throw 1,000th wheel through this. No. Like, not ever. It's just like I've done it, and I like.
Well, it's an iron block too, so at that point, then you're gonna run into limitations with your iron block and sock sleeves, and then
there's no point in a street car. I like building street cars, and I like building race
cars. Yeah,
stop the in between builds. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good street cars don't make race cars, and good race cars don't make good street cars. So.
Yep. Cody's gonna drive the old rig in.
What much is in this unit?
It's a McLeod. I don't know if it's an RXT or not.
Same thing as in the other one?
It has like a gold flywheel, but I couldn't see an RXT or an RST stamp. Oh, yeah, baby. Hey! Oh, smoky. You can hear it. It sounds hurt.
Yeah, I can hear a little
Oh, smoky. Maybe that's what we'll call this rig. Smoky.
Definitely seems like it's that passenger side there. Just got a little bit of vibration in it.
Trying to see which side.
Which bank we're gonna, which bank you're betting on?
Yeah.
Pretty risky being on by you guys.
Yeah, man. I mean, it runs better than yours. Oh, we got him.
Hey, you know what?
As the smoke settles in here.
Black Vert. Look at that beautifully just fine for black. I told you. Perfect interval.
Yep. So we got all 4 plugs out on this side.
You're missing the whole top of your piston right there.
Try to point it. Oh, is that? Yeah, that's
That's a whole chunk of your piston missing right there.
Yep.
It's obviously closer to top dead, so if the piston was further down in, you'd be able to see.
Trying to get a better angle on the camera.
Yeah, so this whole section right here, that sounded like a layer, that's part of the piston completely gone.
Yep. That's pretty much what I guess, and we think that this one too, probably, right? Yep. You can see it. My guess is this is a product of lean condition. I would guess that these pumps in the back are probably smoked.
Dude, that'll be funny.
And what would you know? What's going on in the background? Hey Blake, what you doing over there? Doing some fuel pumps, right?
Yeah, if you have a stock Terminator, it needs to be
Same
addressed.
thing, right?
I mean,
It's hard to see.
it's got a lot of oil on top of the piston, so I'm assuming that at the slightest the rings is completely wrecked. But
Yeah.
I mean, cylinder 4 is the one that's non-existent.
Runs pretty decent for... All right, so I want to talk quickly about Blake's car. You saw that we were tuning it in the last video. We got out on the dyno and found a bunch of different problems. Definitely go check out Blake's video, but I'll drop in the dyno clip right here. All right, so it made a touch under 570 wheel. Not too bad. It was doing Kenny Bell things. It was pulling some timing out, but about 570 wheel, super soft, conservative tune, 15 degrees peak timing, and it actually only saw like 14.5 on that pole. The car does burnouts. The car does pulls. And the car does the Kenny Bell whine sounds that we all know and love. So definitely go check out Blake's video if you want to see more on the Kenny Bell Vert that we picked up in the last video. But overall, it was a good pickup on both cars. All right, so you guys saw in the last video, we had just done the new DNA motoring headlights on the Silver Cobra. Well, Silver Cobra looks pretty good and I don't want to go rob them. So I bought another set and we're going to go ahead and pop those on. Interestingly enough, obviously that's pretty normal, but these are Ford OEM headlights. So those are actually pretty rare to find. They can be refinished. I'm not going to be doing that, but if anyone's looking for some OEM Fords, let me know. But let's go ahead and just, do the quick All right, and there are the headlights. They look really good. Fresh set of headlights always looks killer on pretty much any car, but check it out. These aren't just normal headlights. They have the DRLs. So, drive around like a Cobra. One click, and we get the DRLs. One really quick, easy modification you can do to your Mustang, and it looks sick. Very nice. All right, guys, so the Redfire Cobra you saw the last clip, headlights are on. I found out some more info on this car, and funny enough, I looked back at some old auction photos and found that this car actually had the C&L cold air intake that was on the black convertible that Blake bought. So that got switched around. This car had catch cans on it. A few things moved all around, but not too big of a deal. I also found that the car probably has been blown up for a while, since at least 2022, and that this front bumper damage that I was talking about happened when the car was moved around. The car went from Florida, New Jersey, then back to Florida with putting 0 miles on it. Car has a little bit of a weird history, but it is actually surprisingly still clean. Minus, like I said, it looks like someone was just a little careless when they were towing it. The interior is beautiful, minus the dirty floor mat. Also got underneath the car, found it was pretty much stock. It has an off-road X-pipe and a Magnum Pack catback. Otherwise, pretty much stock. It's got a 6-pound lower, and it's got a McLeod clutch in there. We're not positive which one it is. Couldn't see the RST or RXT stamp. But it does run and drive, surprisingly. You guys saw that we have pretty much a piston delete. It's exactly what I thought it was. But that's the update on the car. Now, we were talking about it in the last video that we were going to go ahead and rebuild the stock Cobra motor, rods, bearings, everything looks fantastic. And I had a set of comp stage 3 cams and heads on the way for the old iron block. But I actually bought another motor, so the motor number 3. So the other engine over there, that one's sold. This one I'm going to continue to rebuild with either stock heads or stage 3 comp cam heads. The reason why I made a change is because I was going to go with an aftermarket piston rather than a stock Cobra piston, which these are actually in good shape. No problem with them at all. But we were going to change from the stock Cobra piston to a Manley piston, but with the comp stage 3 cams, we would have had piston to valve clearance issues. Then a friend of mine, Greg Little, messaged me on Facebook and was like, yo, I got a complete 4.6 4-valve iron block, 9-thread heads, rods, pistons, Todd Warren cams, ready to go, ready to drop in, and I'll give you a good deal on it. Well, guess what? Some money, and that engine is on the way, which means in maybe a week, we'll be swapping the motor out, get the ported, polished blower. It's going to be a higher compression than stock. Nothing too crazy. Cams. Long tubes, MS3, you know, basically the whole 9. It's going to be a really, really fun setup. So if you guys are excited about the Redfire Cobra, make sure you hit that like button down below. We're definitely going to be making some progress, and hopefully I'll be cruising this thing here pretty soon. It's very exciting to have a nice, clean street car Cobra again. You guys are asking about Turdzilla. If you can see the rear bumper there are things coming for that, but that one is a slow progression. Little update on the race car. It's all back together with the new motor. I'll have a full video on this. I am literally waiting on this stupid O-ring from the turbo to this charge pipe, and then it's pretty much ready to dyno, minus those finagling some things over there, but very close on that one. This one will get torn down here pretty soon. Turdzilla. Yeah, so make sure you hit the like button down below. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think of the Terminator content. If you guys like this, share it with your friends. There's no one else on YouTube doing videos on these Terminators anymore. So everyone has moved on, and I have moved it backwards. or forwards, whatever you want to call it. So we'll see you guys in the next one.